Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And once again, this is the 7-day chart. We are still in the green on the 7-day chart, sitting here at $2.38. On the 1-day chart, we are now just a little bit in the red. I'm expecting us to head back up towards $2.50 again. I'm hoping we have a big week ahead for XRP. Hopefully some big news drops throughout this week, keeping that bullish momentum going. And today was the 5th straight day of green candles for XRP. XRP at $2.40. Potential price scenarios revealed. So what they're saying, first of all, they pointed out it's the 5th straight day of gains. But they pointed out that if we break through $2.54, then we will head towards $3 once again. That's the next line of resistance on XRP. But any big news that drops right now can easily push us into a new all-time high. And now there's a little bit of momentum coming back for ETH as well. I just want alt season to begin. And I think this time around, it's not just going to be alt season, it's going to lead into a utility run for these utility-driven cryptocurrencies. XRP flips Ethereum in fully diluted valuation. So there's a lot of talk about this right now. Ethereum's FDV is lower at 229.45 billion despite the higher market cap. The FDV is a metric that shows the value of all outstanding XRP by current market price. This FDV metric shows which asset is truly valuable when all conditions are considered for outstanding unsub-circulation tokens. The conversation as to which asset is more valuable between XRP and Ethereum remains on the horizon. Considering their history, both assets are weighed side by side, even regarding conversations around securities, leaning in the ongoing Ripple versus US SEC lawsuit. But people are saying that FDV matters more than market cap because it shows the actual value. And James Rule XRP pointed it out right here. So this is the FDV, and you see XRP is higher than Ethereum. I still think we're going to flip and take the number 2 spot away from Ethereum in this run, and that might be a permanent flip going forward. Because I think the institutions, I thought, the ETH ETFs, I thought there was going to bring a lot of more value to Ethereum. I figured a lot of money would pour into Ethereum, but it really didn't. I'm thinking the XRP ETFs are going to be much bigger. Let's go. XRP's correction ends. Analysts predict a surge beyond $5.85. And this comes from Dark Defender. So they're saying that the bottom is now in, and we could expect to come in around $5.85. They're also expecting this to happen in April as well. Everybody's now pointing at April because the SEC versus Ripple case has a better chance of ending in April, and the ETFs have a better chance of going live in April. And either one of those things happening are going to send XRP to a new all-time high. I think that's going to be the big push that gets everything going. But a lot of people think that these ETFs aren't going to get approved till later this year. I think they're going to happen quickly, especially if BlackRock announces a Bitcoin ETF, or I mean an XRP ETF, because you've seen what happened with the Bitcoin ETFs. The SEC was kind of on the fence. Then all of a sudden, BlackRock wanted it, and everything got approved quickly. I think the same thing is going to happen here. Are tariffs the biggest threat to crypto right now? This comes from Uphold. That's one thing I hope does not happen. I hope we don't go into tomorrow, Monday morning, and all of a sudden Trump is talking about tariffs again. Tariffs are no good for crypto. We've seen how he talks about tariffs, and all of a sudden the crypto market just starts to tank out. I mean, look at the big dips that happen right after he talks about tariffs. So if there's no tariff talk this week, I'm expecting this week to be a decent week going forward for crypto. And Alex Cobb said, I don't mean to offend anyone, but this bull run is exclusively for XRP. And I noticed the same thing. It seems like XRP is leading this run. I even said maybe it's XRP that takes the place of Ethereum leading us into alt season, and that could very well happen. Think about the Ripple versus SEC case ending or the ETFs going live. Either one can get us into alt season. Imagine telling someone a year ago that XRP would be the leader in this cycle. This comes from Zoom. And I thought this was a great post because a year ago, if I was saying XRP is going to be the biggest mover going into alt season, everybody would have laughed. You know, a year ago, we were watching XRP go sideways for over 2 weeks at a time. Maybe we get a 3-cent move in a matter of 2 weeks. There were days where XRP didn't even move by a penny. Think about that. And it was very frustrating to watch. Now people think XRP is boring and we're moving up by 5, 6, 7 cents. Then we come back down, we move up another 10 cents. And we have days where XRP does a 30, 40-cent move. And people think this is boring. They should have been with us back when XRP was going sideways. And that was going on for well over 2 years. And it seemed like nothing was going to move the price of XRP. Right now, we are in the calm right before the storm. This comes from Random Crypto Pal. XRP went from 0.003 to $3.31 in 2017. What is now stopping it from going from $3 to $3,000? I don't expect us to hit $3,000 in this run. However, I do believe we could see a possibility of 3 digits. I mean, look at that run back in 2017. And Ripple absolutely was not built out the way it is today. I mean, look at all the growth for Ripple today compared to back then. And now XRP is part of a stockpile with the US government. We definitely didn't have that back in 2017. But I want you to take notice to something. Remember I was talking about that big dip that happened right before we took off back in the 2017 to 2018 run? You could see it on this chart. It's right here. That red candle. Everybody back then thought this was never going to happen, that it was over for XRP. And then this happened right here. And look at that massive run up. And I'm expecting the same thing to happen from here. We might even have one last major wick down and then we go. So that could possibly happen as well. And if we do get that type of a wick, a lot of people will sell into that wick. It'll shake out even more weak hands right before XRP blast off. but nothing's holding it back. I mean, it could hit any numbers. We really don't know how high the price can go. This comes from John Squire. XRP is not for retail investors. Straight from Ripple's official statement on their Archax partnership. The XRP ledger is a scalable blockchain designed to meet the needs of financial institutions. Big money is moving in. Are you paying attention? And it even says for professional investors only. The fact that we are holding XRP right now is absolutely incredible because it really isn't built for retail investors. I mean, look at every project that's building out on the XRP ledger now. Almost every single project is geared towards tokenization, cross-border payments. It's not geared towards making us builders on the XRP ledger at all. They want to bring the biggest names, the biggest institutional investors into the XRP ledger. And XRP, there's going to be scarcity on this cryptocurrency. People just don't realize it yet. And that's why I always tell you, if you're selling and if you think, okay, the top's in, I'm going to sell my XRP, institutions are going to be the ones buying it up this time around because we are going to have such a wave of institutional adoption for this cryptocurrency. It's going to be absolutely incredible when it happens. XRP is the most traded crypto on Korean exchange Upbit once again, with a 24-hour trading volume of $445 million. They absolutely love XRP in Korea. There is no doubt about it. It's every single time you see XRP as the #1 traded crypto on Upbit, time and time again. And big things are going to happen in Korea over time. I think we're going to see a lot of adoption and a lot of XRP utilized for on-demand liquidity as well. But right now, the price is still sitting here at $2.37. And what I was talking about earlier was this sideways action right here. And every time you got to move up, like this move here, up to 81 cents, people thought that was it. We were gonna go. But we came back down, went sideways, even dipped some more, and then finally moved up above $2. But to think that it's frustrating to hold XRP now is absolutely ludicrous. We are just waiting for that breakout moment to come. We don't even really need big news. Alt season just needs to begin already. Everybody's talking about it being delayed once again. I don't think it's being delayed. I think it was delayed some, but I think everything's going to start to move very sudden when it happens. That's why I said we are in the calm right before the storm, and the storm is absolutely coming. But until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.